Hey there! This video is about opening a new salon, what is needed to open a new salon and how to keep organised. So what to do before you start. Firstly, you need to create your vision. You need to know what you want to do. So if you want, a big, massive salon, you need to sort of, plan all that out and have a vision for that. Or if you just want like a little 2-chair salon, something for yourself, or maybe 4 chairs and you could have an apprentice or an employee or rent a space out or something, you need to sort of know what you want to do. So once you have your vision, you need to find a space. So obviously you need to find a space that is going to accommodate what you have in mind. So again, if you want you can see yourself having like a big hair, beauty, spa type place, you need to find a space that is going to accommodate that and not going to be too small or anything. After you find your space and you know how much exactly the shop's going to be, you need to create a budget. So you need to know exactly how much it's going to cost you each week for rent, all that kind of stuff. If you're having a big shop, again, for example, you need to budget in all those staff and everything. Or if you're just having such a small little petite little thing with just you, it's a lot easier with your budget because you have got less wages and super and taxes and all that kind of stuff to pay. Then you need to renovate the salon. You need to get a renovation budget. So when the salon budget is what's actually going to keep your doors open each week, and the renovation budget is how much it's going to cost you to create your salon. So once you know exactly how much you sort of roughly need, then you need to go seek help for finance, either from a bank, or if you've got savings, or from a family member who could lend you the money or something. Once you've got your finance, you start with your floor plans, lay out exactly what you sort of want to do, which you may have already done in your vision, but the proper floor plans next will then go to council approval. This is for Australia, so I'm not quite sure what it's like in the UK or the US, if you guys have to get approval from council, that kind of stuff. But I know in Australia we do. We have to sort of get it all signed off and everything. Once you get all the approval and everything's good to go, get all your quotes and stuff, which you can also sort of do in your renovation budget as well, so then you know exactly how much you're going to be spending. But I can't sort of stress it enough to get quotes. When I renovated my salon last year, I sort of budgeted for $22,000. That's how much I was approved for from the bank, and I blew way over budget. I didn't get quotes from anyone. I just sort of hired friends. I had a friend who was a painter, so I'm like, sweet, come paint my shop. I had a friend who was a carpenter. I was like, sweet, come do the walls, all that kind of stuff. I did that so wrong, and I totally regret it now because I went almost $30,000 over budget. Everything just sort of added up, and it all happened so quickly that I probably didn't have the time to plan it out properly and know exactly what was needed to go into the renovation. So I expected to pay all this money for the tradesmen, but then I didn't sort of, think of door handles. I didn't think of skirting boards. I didn't think of the blinds because we get a lot of afternoon sun. It gets really hot. So I didn't think of those things. Even like sign writing, there's things like that I didn't actually add into my budget. So quotes, get as many quotes as you can. Go with who you feel most comfortable. At least then you'll know exactly how much you're going to be spending. Once you get all the quotes and you know exactly all that stuff, you organise your tradesmen, or tradies, as Aussies call them. So organise them. If you're on a time frame, literally you just need to especially as a female, you can't let them walk all over you. You need to sort of get a good time frame and be strict on that and have realistic, times for each tradesman, that type of thing. Then you'll need to sort of organise while your renovations are all happening and stuff. You can start organising your reception furniture and all your salon furniture. Even light fittings too, I didn't add into my budget. I was just like, oh yeah, electrician, yep, cool. But then he's just like, oh, what lights do you want? And then that was extra, I did get a quote from him from the start, but that didn't include the actual, that was just labour. It wasn't any fittings or all that kind of stuff, or light switches and power points and things like that. None of that was involved in the quote. So you got your light fittings. You need to organise, if you're like demolishing a shop, like gutting it out, you need to organise your rubbish removal. I think we didn't got a skip bin because we had nowhere to put it in our workplace, but we just went to the tip, and I think we went about 3 or 4 times, and that probably added up to nearly $500. So, you know, rubbish removal is a big one as well, because you've got to remove it properly. Again, if you're having like a big place, you need to start organising staff for when you open, so then you can start paying off the renos and pay the bills. If you're a fresh salon, you need to figure out your salon branding. So that's all your logo. That'll be, sort of like all your business cards, all that sort of branding type stuff, all your pictures for social media, all that kind of stuff. You need to work out your prices. This is like the most important thing, which I think I'm going to touch on in another video, because pricing, it can either make or break your business, seriously. I did it wrong for so many years, and once I did it right, like, I'll never look back. And packages too, if you're sort of a salon that does hair packages, rather than just sort of single service type stuff, you need to sort of think of all that before you start. So with the construction, these are just things that I might have missed something out. These are just things that have come off the top of my head. So you need to organise your flooring, all your electrical work, all your plumbing work, painting, the carpenters, your plastering. If you're going to have any tiling, you've got that, and then your cabinet makers, or a very handy husband, brother, or friend. When we did our renos, when we first opened the salon, the 2 renter chairs that were working with me, we all did it together, us 3, and then 2 of their husbands. My boyfriend, he was pretty busy at the time, so didn't really help out that much. But then when we did our renos last year, like, my fiance and a couple of his mates, they gutted the whole place. My fiance and his dad laid the flooring. What else did they do? So I saved a lot of money on that. I didn't have to worry about people sort of coming in and demolishing stuff or laying the floors. So I saved thousands on that, which was good. So if you've got someone very handy, literally, just provide them with a slab of beer and put on a barbecue or something, and that'll be sweet. Things that you may need to organise that people, like, these are just really basic things, but when you're sort of under pressure, organising renovations, all that kind of stuff, you can miss out on some of these things. So firstly, you need insurance. I'd get that like ASAP, because even while you're renovating and stuff, the shop, those keys are yours. You're responsible for that shop. So if someone comes in and breaks in mid-renos and completely trashes the place and you've got no insurance, you're pretty much back to square one. So you want to get all of that. You want to organise all your signage. So that will be like your street signage, like all your windows, all that kind of stuff. Your stationery. So stationery is literally everything. So you've got your price lists, your treatment menus, your, what are they called? Business cards, all like your retail bags, even just like pens and paper and bits like that. So anything to do with stationery, like, that needs to be done, which you're going back to the salon branding. That's what you'll use that stuff on for your stationery. So you can't get your stationery without your logo and all that stuff. A booking system, so if that's either like a computer system, or if you're old school and like to do just like an appointment book, like with pencil and a rubber, or razor, whatever you guys call it. You need your phone and your internet. So obviously you need a phone, so whether that be a landline or a mobile phone. And then internet, so then you can run your booking system if you've got something online, or it's even great having free Wi-Fi for your clients too. They love it. You need to organise your EFTPOS machine or card machine. So obviously you can have electronic payments. Tea and coffee, like all that condiment type stuff, like hot chocolates, tea, coffee, herbal teas, milk, all those basic things. We like to give little cookies with our coffees and stuff for our clients. They're so delicious. They love them. Magazines, like reading material for people. That's a big one, because you don't want them sitting there bored if you forget magazines. You need to do the reception area. So that will be, like little pot plants here and there, or, getting your retail shelves sorted, your waiting chairs, what else is there, like the reception desk, yeah, anything in the reception area, you need to sort of organise all of that. Social media, so that would be making, you know, an Instagram account, Facebook account. I know this isn't really social media, but even just getting like an email address. I don't know if I've got that on there somewhere else. No. So even just making an email address so you can put that on your website and things like that. A website, and you get a website made. Even if it's just something basic, like you can perfect it later. If you just get it out there and have something working, you can perfect it later. Like that is fine. Like anything's better than nothing. If you're into having an alarm system or CCTV, that is a big one too, which you can add that into your electrician quotes and stuff, and you can get them to hook it up while they're here. It'll probably save you more money than doing it while they're here, because they can put the right, what are they, like cords and wires and stuff in. New client forms. So this is a big one too. You need to organise what you want to do for your new client forms. Cleaning supplies, so even just things to clean the mirrors and that, things to mop the floors, things to clean the windows. We just add vinegar to water. It is cheap as chips and there's no marks anywhere, rather than using Windex, which leaves streaks and will end up costing you a fortune. And even just like, you know, dusters and cloths and all that kind of stuff. Decorations. When I first opened my salon, like we've just got a really like white, crisp, clean salon, and it literally looked like a hospital ward. It was just so bare. But over time we gradually got decorations, mainly due to a budget issue. So if you can, even if you go to Kmart or Target or something, and just grab some cheap like little pot plants or little bits and pieces, that makes a big difference. You need to figure out what your retail products are going to be. Like what range you're going to use. And then also like toilet paper. If you've got a toilet, you need toilet paper. Also cleaning supplies, things to clean the toilet. Don't want to go to a messy toilet. Your float, which is your money for the till. You need to organise that. A locksmith to change the locks. If you need curtains or blinds, organise those. Heating and cooling, so it could be split system, or if you've got the ducted in the roof, that type of thing. You got your product companies. So, you know, your colour usage, or if you're a beauty therapist, you know, what waxing and stuff, or what facial things you're going to be using. Like, you need to organise all those before you start. Registering for taxes if you're earning enough. So I know in Australia we register for GST, but that's only if we turn over more than $75,000 a year. But then you also too need to register your business. You need to sort of get your, in Australia it's an ABN, which is Australian Business Number. You need to get one of those and then register a business name. So you need to get all that organised, because you don't want to get in trouble by the ATO, which is the Australian Tax Office. Wraps and gowns for your clients. Towels, like a laundry service, so either get a washing machine, that type of stuff, or if you want to go to the laundromat or take it home, that sort of thing. If you're into having a uniform, you need to organise a uniform for you and your staff. Presentation is key, so uniform's a really good one, or just dress code or something like that. Advertising, so that could be, you know, starting promotions or advertising that you're opening a new salon, anything like that. If you're relocating clients, you need to get onto that and make sure that they know you're moving and where you're moving to, all that kind of stuff. First aid kit, like band-aids and bits and pieces and tissues. A kitchen for the staff, so you know, microwave, toaster, mugs, things like that. Bins, that's a big one. I've seen on a few hairdressing forums that people actually forget bins and brooms. So they're, you know, obviously an important one to sweep the hair away. Oh yeah, an email address. I did write that down. Yeah, so get yourself an email address. That'll be good for, you know, the companies and stuff that can just email you through stuff. Things that you need to nail at the beginning is knowing your numbers, your pricing, rebooking clients, referral systems, client loyalty program, systems and procedures, staff training, marketing, and advertising. Without doing all these things, you're just going to be starting on the wrong foot. And I've been there and I've learnt from it, so I really love for you guys to not make the same mistake I did. Thank you for watching, and I will be making a new video soon on, what did I say before? I can't remember which one it